This is a follow-up video to a video that I had made about how I had added some parts to my F-150 Powerboost so that I could power my travel trailer camper as I was driving down the road. And one of the important parts of the whole setup, I modified the generator output plug on the Powerboost so that it actually goes down below the bumper, and then I have this cable here that connects to my actual travel trailer. And so this is the end that plugs into the F-150. You can see that it's a 4-prong adapter. It is a L14-30P, and then on the other end of it we have an L6-30C, and this is 10-3 SOW wire in between the two. And so you've got a green, a white, and a black in here. And obviously we have 4 plugs on this and only 3 wires going into it. And so this cable was necessary so that we could just choose one of the hot legs on this and leave the other one alone. And from some comments that I had on the video, I discovered that I actually have this wired up in a way that it uses circuit A on the F-150 and not circuit B. And I found out that all of the in-cab plugs in the Powerboost actually use circuit A. So by modifying this and moving the usage to circuit B, I can have this so that this is powering the camper with full amperage and still be using the in-cab plugs. So we're going to modify this in this video, and you might see this, and if you're looking around online you can actually find things like this, and this is just a little adapter piece. This is one end of it and this is the other end. And you might say to yourself, well, when I look at what we've got there, we've got the 4-prong, and then we've got the 3. And we've got that, we've got the 4-prong, and I got the 3. So you could just buy this one little piece and you'd be set. That's actually not the case though. This piece keeps everything at 240 volts. So what this piece does, instead of just pulling off one leg of the 240, it actually combines the two, and so you actually have 250 volts coming out of this. And so this is useful for things like welders and everything, but this is not what we want. We want the 240 that's on this side to end up being the 120 on this side. So that's why we needed to make our own and leave one end of this actually empty. So now we're going to actually go in and modify this, and I will show you that process. Okay, so this is the end that we're wanting to modify. So basically I'm going to undo some of the that brings those off. Okay, so that's that part. And then we can push this through. And now what you can see here is we've got the 4 connection points. But when we look at what's actually being used, we've got the ground going to the green one. We've got neutral going to the opposite side. You got green on one side, you got white on the other side. And then for the hot legs, we're only using this leg. We're not using the other leg over here. So what we need to do is we need to move the black wire from here, which goes to this one, over to here, which goes to this one. And so that's what we're going to do. So we'll loosen that up the rest of the way. Loosen up the black all the way. pull the black out. Basically, I'm going to bring it through to the other side of the cable. Tighten that back up. And if you're needing to wire your own, you can also see that this is obviously how you do it. So it's really easy to do, actually. Wire on there. Make sure that we have that snug down in there. Tighten it up. Tighten the empty one up just so that we don't have anything loose. I found on these that you can actually get a little bit tighter if you switch to the flathead on the screwdriver. Do that, and we do the same thing with the black. And that's it. It's just that simple. And we just literally put everything back together. When you're doing these, you can see that the black part here has this notch in it, and so you've got to line that up with the notch that we have right here for everything to fit the way that it's supposed to. Tighten that down. Tighten the other side down. We reattach these two screws, and that takes care of it. And that's really all there is to it. And so I basically switched the power from going one of these to going to the other one. And now we will be on circuit B whenever we plug it into the truck, and you can of course look at the other video for that. Hopefully this helps explain how that works though. And the other end is really wired the exact same way. These are all the same design. You just have the screws on the top that you undo, and the housing here you put on the wire beforehand, and then you just attach the wires to this part and put everything back together and you're done. It's pretty straightforward.